My mouth is wet, isn't it? Alright, so before I get into this video, I just want to say that this is my very first YouTube video and I'm really nervous. I'm really nervous. All the topics that I'm going to discuss in this video, I'm touching very briefly on, and I can go totally way more into depth with them, but I just really wanted to touch bases on all the important things, really important things, and frequently asked questions I get asked. My Subway coupon, you know, every day at around this time I think, oh, someone's texting me. But it's just a Subway coupon. I don't even go to Subway. Biggest lie in the fitness industry. If someone preaches to you that they are 24/7 motivated, I need to sit down and have a talk with them because I want to know what I'm doing wrong. I read a quote this morning that said, motivation is what gets you started, but habit is what keeps you going. And that could not be more true because, you know, you start your fitness journey and you're like, oh, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to get fit, it's going to be great, going to grow that booty, yeah. And then some days you wake up and you're just like, I don't want to do this anymore. I really don't feel like it, I'm really tired, you know, etc., etc. Sure, you get over that hump. I think it takes, how many days does it take to build a habit? It takes, on average, it takes more than 2 months before a new habit becomes automatic. So 66 days to be exact. Within those 66 days, you're going to have a hard time. And that's okay. You're going to have really good highs where you feel amazing and you feel great, and you're going to have days where you don't feel like doing anything, and that's okay. But it takes about 66 days to build a habit, and once you get into that habit, like I said, the motivation is going to come and go, but when you get so used to that habit, you just do it sometimes without even thinking about it. I would be a complete phony, a liar to be exact, if I said that I was always motivated. And it's just important to realize that everyone goes through those points where they're not motivated. You know, some really, really long points where they're not motivated, and some really small segments where they're not motivated. Your fitness journey is a very, very long-term thing, and you need to realize and you have to tell yourself that it's going to be a slow process, and you might get frustrated when you don't see results. You know, I've been going to the gym every day, I've been eating really well, and I'm not seeing results, and that might be why you're so not motivated. Don't get so discouraged. Realize that it's a long-term thing. You know, you're choosing a lifestyle that you're going to do for the rest of your life. It's not quick, it's not fast, it's not easy. Nothing worth having is ever easy. It's never fast. It's going to take a long time, and you're going to build that habit, and you're going to feel really good. And another very frequently asked question I get is, how do I build a booty? You need to understand that everyone's glutes are going to grow at different rates. Some people are going to have very fast growing glutes, and some people, it's going to take some time to really build that muscle and get the results that you want to get. If you're wanting to build and bulk a booty, to build anything on your body, you definitely need to be in a caloric surplus, which means that you have to slowly increase your calories by about 100-200 calories a week. Don't start eating a bunch of calories. Don't increase your caloric intake by a lot at first. You need to slowly increase how many calories you're consuming each week, because if you just start eating a bunch all of a sudden, then your body's going to get really confused, and you're probably going to put on a lot of extra fat that you were not wanting to do. So definitely be careful and be smart with it, and realize if you're putting the work in and if you're eating correctly and you're not seeing results, just remember that it takes time and that it's okay. Personally, genetics plays a really big role, and I really focus on training my glutes. I'm going to get results very quickly. I know people that try to train their glutes and they don't get results as quickly. It takes time, and I highly recommend using resistance bands. Resistance training is absolutely key. I recommend it 100%. Resistance training is really going to help you tone and sculpt, and it's just absolutely amazing. One more thing I want to add with growing the booty is that you do need to be patient. Either way, you also need to realize that as you increase your calories, you are going to gain weight. You are going to gain weight. I know so many people get stuck on that number, on that scale, and I'm flat out just gonna say you have to stop weighing yourself, especially if you're wanting to grow in certain parts of your body. I tell all of my clients to get rid of their scales, stop weighing themselves, because that number does not define you. You become so consumed with that number that it almost becomes an addiction, and honestly, you probably won't ever be pleased. Just putting that out there. Focus on how you feel. Focus on how you look, if you're comfortable with the way that you look in your body and stuff like that. And realize that everyone's glutes are different. Realize that you can't look like Kim Kardashian. Obviously those aren't real, but you can't look like her because you're not her and you don't have her genetics. So I really just want to add that so many women are absolutely terrified of training their upper body. They're just totally uninterested in it. They don't want to do that. They don't want to get big. They don't want to get bulky. I just want to say that a lot of females they usually want us. Recording has automatically stopped. I'm totally new to this. Is this even good? If you're a male or a female, you don't need to train lower body every single day. Proportion is key. And when I say this full-heartedly. I really do. Proportion is key. Trust me when I say that, because everything comes into play. Have a waist that is going to look slimmer is going to make your booty pop more. It's going to stand out more. It's going to look like you have a bigger butt if you have a smaller waist, and if you have a bigger butt, it's going to look like you have a smaller waist, and if you have a smaller waist, I just confused myself. What a lot of people don't know, to actually make your waist look smaller, training your back is going to help so much with that. And I know so many girls are afraid to train their upper body, but I'm here to tell you that proportion is key. No need to be scared, because a lot of girls are afraid of it because they don't want to get bulky. They just want to have a nice butt, and they just want to have a nice waist, and they don't want to lose their boobs. Let's talk about boobs for a second, okay? Should I say breasts? I guess I should say breasts. Personally, I am not blessed in this area. Really stepped in a gym to actually work out until this January. And so I started training all muscle groups on different days, of course, and when I started training my chest, I started to notice that my boobs were more lifted. It made me look like I had more cleavage than I actually did. If you think you're gonna lose your boobs by training your chest,
you're wrong.
It's only going to make them look better. I absolutely promise you. Proportion is key. Training your back is going to make you like you have a smaller waist. Training your chest is going to help lift and build some cleavage for you. Nice sculpted shoulders are going to look good in a tank top. Everything just complements everything else. It's important to train all muscle groups of your body because proportion is key. So this is the outro.